guys, and welcome back to Four Brown Chicks. On today's segment of Boy Bye, we are going to be discussing just some little relationship. We're going to start off with DK4L, which is a YouTube couple who goes by the names of Ken and De'Ara. I don't know how long they've been together, but I would say it's at least 5 years. And their net worth as a couple on YouTube is currently sitting at $2.5 million. Um, so first, let me start off by saying they're one of those couples that do what I would consider kind of inappropriate pranks on one another. And I think when you start doing those and then you're letting millions of people see, especially, you know, at that kind of young 20s vulnerable age already, when you're doing those type of pranks, I feel like that's also a way to allow others into your relationship unintentionally. So um Ken proposed to De'Ara last year, I think around November. And here lately, a couple weeks ago, little Kenneth was found caressing a woman's butt outside of a nightclub in Atlanta, Georgia. This video went viral, of course. And it also, when it went viral, I think everybody was trying to say that it was Ken's twin brother because they're identical as well. Well, then Ken's twin brother quickly came out and was like, that ain't me. I don't condone cheating. That's not me. I got a girl at home, and what y'all not about to do is mess that up. So from there, Ken issued an apology. The girl also issued the same exact apology, which they said they didn't talk after that. So that was interesting that they both had the exact same words. And then the girl's husband came out. He's doing interviews with YouTubers, and it is just gotten messier and messier by the day. Um, Meanwhile, De'Ara's still out here looking cold. So, what are you guys' thoughts on all of this?
I feel like, first of all, if our whole relationship, first of all, our relationship is our bag, okay? Like, that's great that we have a relationship, but now we build a brand behind our relationship. So, as much as we should just respect our relationship because it's our relationship, we should respect it more because we've invested in it and now this is a living for us. How we gonna be a YouTube couple? We ain't no couple. But anyway, I feel like I get that they're young. So I'm not surprised by something like that. They are a young couple, and let's be real, young guys make bad decisions all the time. I just feel like it's messy, it's disrespectful to her. I mean, honestly, we're women, like, being in the public, your man doing anything that embarrasses you is just like, what the sorry. It's just like, what's going on? Like, that's hurtful towards me. And then I don't want to have to go through being hurt by you, and now I have to publicly be hurt by you too. So I just feel like there's a lot of different things that was wrong with that. And I feel bad. I feel bad for her, like, because whether she chooses to stay in a relationship or not, which, I mean, there's a lot of things to consider in this situation. Because, like I said, they've built like a brand off their relationship. It's just a lot. And I got to give him the boy bye, because how you ruining your whole investment for a booty rub?
A booty rub.
In public.
A booty rub.
Like, you rubbed her like a field, like a public field that went viral, and now everything else is in jeopardy.
I feel like as women, we get placed in a lot of situations so that we can learn our worth. And it's really sad that this happened to them, but they are so young. And when I think about this situation, I think about like Queen Naija and her weird ex-husband, how all that stuff happened between them. And she really came on top. She made it into the music industry. She's way more famous than him. She got a new man that's way finer than him, a new baby. Her life is just great. And although this happened, it sucks right now. She gonna have to get on the internet and hear everybody trolling her or talking about it for weeks, months, years. She's the star of the show anyways. Nobody going on there to watch Ken. She's funny. She's really pretty. She can dress her butt off. Like, boy, bye and really bye. Like, leave him alone.
Yeah. Um, Same sentiments. Boy, bye to Ken. Also, I am gonna say this because even though people mess up, I know they were saying that Ken and the other young lady were getting like a lot of like threats, like death threats and all stuff like that. I'm gonna say boy bye to whoever's sending the death threats. They messed up. Like we all know it. I'm sure they're extremely embarrassed about their actions. We don't gotta send them death threats. And then boy bye to the baby daddy of the side chick too, because a part of me felt like him going on that news circuit where he wanted to talk to everybody was really for money. And if you are really, I don't know, he kept talking about how he was embarrassed for their daughter, that she put them in that situation or put the daughter in that situation. But I'm like, you're continuing to talk about the story. Like if you would have probably said nothing, probably would have hit the news and then, fizzled out a little bit. But to me, it feels like he's trying to keep bringing it up with his cash tag on every single media outlet he's on, which is interesting to me. So boy, bye to those three.
Yeah, for sure. Like it was giving real opportunist vibes. And then it's like nobody knows who you are. You're embarrassing your daughter.
Right.
Like, is it the worst thing in the world for a woman, whether she married or not, to get her butt rubbed on? She ain't disgraced your family that bad. Like, he act like a whole tape came out or something. It's not even that serious to be going all around town on a bunch of different podcasts and YouTube TV shows. Like, what you about to start a channel next? Boy, bye.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm with Shay too with the Queen Aja. Because very similar to Dear and Ken, I feel like Queen was the star of her and Chris Sale's YouTube, and she definitely came out on top. And although I wasn't a YouTuber or famous, I also was in a very similar situation to where I was just publicly embarrassed in my like 4-year relationship. And I think to be able to just dig within yourself and know that you know better, like, yeah, people do make mistakes. Yeah, we are young, but I just feel like it's still very conscious. And no matter how young you are, like if you don't have me in mind now, and especially with them being engaged, it's like I can't give you that you're young, you made a mistake excuse, because at this moment you've already proposed to this girl, you want her to be your wife. I just don't think it's fair to make these kind of mistakes. I think you're past the point where you can make these mistakes. So he get a boy bye. And the husband definitely gets a boy bye too, for putting his cash app, for like talking about just how much he's a boxer. Like we don't know you. We've never heard of you before. And also just like even how he just kept making sure, like, I don't know if y'all noticed, he had the baby like in the camera, like on the YouTube. And I'm like, but do you really care about what she knows that much? Because you're also putting her out there now. So now there's a face to your baby. And it's just getting messier and messier. Everybody get a boy bye except for Dear, for real. Next, in messy relationship drama, we have Trifling Tristan, Cuckoo Chloe, Lame Larsa. Who else a part of this? That's it, right?
That's it.
Okay. So Larsa Pippen, who you guys may know as Scottie Pippen's ex-wife and every other basketball player's homegirl, has recently come out in an interview where she expressed that she was actually slightly dating Tristan when she brought him to a friend's party, and that is where Chloe met Tristan. I don't know if you guys know, but when Chloe and Tristan first started dating, like she kept saying we met through a friend at a party. But I definitely didn't know that the friend was dating Tristan when they were at the party. Now, mind you, this is Larsa we're talking about. So, I think that she definitely does have a few, players on her team. But I still think it's very interesting that the Kardashians just kind of have this vicious cycle of befriending people and then taking their men, and then when stuff like about to hit the fan, they just defriend them. And I think that's whack. I think it's corny. And even how everything went down with the whole Jordan Woods thing and Tristan, no, it wasn't right. But I think the way they did that girl, which I'm glad they did, because Jordan has gotten her full glow up. But regardless of the fact, it's just not fair because it's like this group of sister bullies who can like take everybody's men, and then the 1 second something happens to their men or their relationship, it's like we're about to all unfollow you all at the same time so that the gossip sites can see it, and then people can start trolling y'all when the whole story isn't out there. And then a big boy by the Tristan, because y'all Tristan's just really trifling to me, and he is so corny, and it really bothers me. That's all I got to say on it.
Well, the first thing I'm gonna say, actually, boy, bye to the people on the podcast. I think it's Hollywood News or something like that. The thing is, this is an hour-long podcast interview with Larsa Pippen, and they took that one small segment where she said something about Kim Kardashian or Tristan, and then made it like the whole thing was about that when she really was talking about herself, her marriage, her relationship with Future. She even talked about, and yeah, she was going in. She was talking about all kind of stuff, and she just was saying it from her perspective. She wasn't even being accusatory. And when she brought up Tristan and Chloe, she said that she actually used to talk to Tristan, but she was like, it wasn't no big deal. I was not even really talking to him. I just flew him out to LA and brought him to a party with me. And once they started talking, it wasn't no big deal to me. Like that was it. She wasn't coming at their necks or anything. And she even said that her and Kim Kardashian has been friends for an extended period of time, like years on years. She's seen some of her kids give birth. So now it's like whatever happened between their friendship behind the scenes, just like you said, Jazz, behind they whatever happened, only them really know the truth. And she says she doesn't know why it is that she got excommunicated, because this whole Tristan thing was years ago, obviously, because Chloe been messing with him for so long. And she didn't even say anything bad about Kim. She just said that she felt like her and Kim wasn't friends anymore because once she became single, she was out here living her best life, and Kim felt like it was disrespectful to her marriage, or Kanye started treating their friendship differently once Larsa was single.
Ooh, baby. All right, so honestly, I'll be honest. When this story came across the way, I just was like, I can't with the whole Kardashian clan and Larsa and the friend thing. It definitely seems like this is now a pattern that they follow for whatever reason. When they're done with people, we're just done with you. I didn't even catch any of this backstory stuff, but it does make me question now, what was the reason she got excommunicated then? Because if this happened such a long time ago, one would assume that she's probably speaking about it now because she's trying to figure out, why did y'all even cut me off to begin with? I don't know. I just don't even really, just boy bye to the whole situation, honestly. And is Larsa a sugar mama? Because if she was flying people out, and
She didn't say she paid for the flight. She just said that she brought him out to LA. So maybe she invited him, like, yeah, come down here and see me or whatever. They went to the party that was at Kim's house, and him and Chloe got cozy, and she just was like, whatever.
Got you.
You love how the Kardashians.
Thank you.
I do love how the Kardashians just never let they just let their men come to them in the form of people bring them and they're just like, oh, I'll take that one. Like, I believe everything that Larsa said as far as how they do have a pattern with that. It's like, oh, you bring somebody around, oh, I'm interested in, you have to fall back, regardless if Larsa didn't feel like it was serious or not. It's still just like, if my friend walk into the room, and I know for a fact, because I'm sure when you have a friend, y'all friends, somebody's coming to the party, you like, girl, such and such, even if it's not serious, you like, girl, I brought such and such to the party, you know, we kind of messing around, talking, da, 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 da. So you had some, even if it wasn't serious, you had some kind of backstory. For me, that would have been like, oh, like, I'm cool. Like, I'm not even looking his way because my friend is obviously interested. Something about the Kardashians, they don't have that, they meter. Like, that don't matter to them. Like, friend, no friend. If I want you, I want you. Whatever. Larsa, I don't know. Larsa just gives me, I got married young. I'm still trying to fulfill something I missed, some pieces of me that I missed when I was younger, which I can understand why. Well, actually, I can't understand because I do believe that people are individuals, but I've been in situations where husbands or people in serious relationships do kind of turn their eye up or a side eye to your single friend who live in their life because for some reason they feel like birds of a feather, or for some reason you're not grown enough to make your own decisions, or your friend is going to be trying to influence you to live their single life, even though 9 times out of 10 it's not even like that. But I can see that. But I feel like if they were friends I just feel like the Kardashians don't value friendship. And I feel like it got something to do with them being a gang of sisters. Like, they know they don't need friends because they'll always have each other. So I feel like that has a lot to do with how they operate in relationships.
I think that's what it is too. And as someone who was also the single friend before, who, husbands may have not been the fondest of me, um, I feel that it's kind of just like, it's a very hypocrite, just contradicting statement, because it's like, you're Kim Kardashian. Like, do you know how many times you were the single friend, and like, you're Kim Kardashian? So you haven't had the perfect reputation. And I just think for you to be like, oh, Kanye doesn't want me to hang out with you anymore because you're like you don't make good decisions. And I'm just like, that's, to me, that's contradicting, because I mean, you were just there like a year ago. You still go there sometimes. You just fluctuate a little bit. So that was interesting.
I felt a little bit of boy bye towards Larsa just for speaking about the situation publicly. Like when she went on that interview, she probably could have left the friendship out. I think somebody that I've been with friends with for a long time, like, that is a really valuable person in my life. And that's not something that I'm just gonna like talk about to everybody for them to dissect our relationship when there's so many things that happen between then and now. And then right now you just seem like the victim. We don't know what could have possibly happened, or if it was more behind that ultimately Kim was like, okay, this is the last thing. Now my man don't really like you like that. So this is the last thing in a friendship that I don't want to be friends with you no more. And usually people that are family members, once you stop being friends with somebody, your family ain't going to keep hanging out around with them. It just happened to be a little messy with the whole overlap on Tristan thing. And that's really Chloe more than any of the sisters that do that. Well, I guess you can't say that because Kendall and Kylie fall right up under her.
I was about to say, yes, yeah. The only person who stay in their own lane with their men is Courtney, I promise.
That's it.
She stay in her own lane with everything though. She the only sister that's not too bothered about the fame, not too bothered about what people think about her or doing certain gigs and stuff. She the
Yeah.
only one that I'm cool with for real. The rest of them can kick rocks.
Well, let me just say before ending this video, I'm the type of friend, I don't care if you and this guy went to Starbucks one afternoon for a grande iced coffee. If you had any communication with the man, I don't want any parts, because that's just my personal girl code. Like, that's weird to me. Like, regardless, she flew him out. Something went on. She flew him out. So I just feel like I'm the type of friend where that's just ultimate friend girl policy rules. Like, no, it's just inappropriate. So tell us down in the comments if you guys have ever experienced anything like this. If your friend was like, oh, that's your boo, you brought him to the party, let me go ahead and snatch that from you. Or just your thoughts on this whole Kardashian, Tristan, Larsa, De'Ara, Ken, the side chick, well, the booty girl, or her husband, and just let us know all your thoughts. And we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.